What is up, guys? And in today's video, I'm going to be roasting some Craigslist computers that I found that have just odd descriptions or they're just overpriced because people often overhype their crappy computers on Craigslist. So with that being said, let's get started. First up, we got this Dell quote-unquote gaming laptop, i5, Windows 10, 3.2 gigahertz SSD, hard drive, solid state drive, hard drive. Let that sink in. 6 hours battery. So does the battery have 6 hours of use, or does it only last for 6 hours? My whole problem is, look at this computer, okay? Look at it. It's got the Mac dock, whatever. But, does this look like a gaming computer to you? And look at this. i5, second gen i5. Second gen i5. What kind of GPU does this have? You're serious? And you're calling this a gaming laptop with this? Look, my Dell has an Intel 4400 graphics and it can't run jack shit. So this is not a gaming laptop, buddy. This can't be a gaming laptop. Okay, it's got a backlit keyboard, but it's got the Windows 10, or sorry, the Windows 7 style Windows key, which is a good age indicator. Blah, 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 blah. Installed expensive Photoshop. But, alright, next one. Now we got this MSI i7 144Hz GTX 160 gaming laptop. This is actually kind of a nice laptop. I just thought I should throw some nice computers in here too, just to switch it up some. But look at that keyboard there. That's funky. All different keys. I'm sure they have their own individual settings. Really nice computer. Oh, one defect on the screen right there. Look at that. MSI G65 Stealth Thin, blah blah blah, 1060, 16 gigabytes of DDR4. Holy shit. 144Hz monitor. This is a pretty nice gaming laptop, actually. Retailed for $2,000 when originally purchased. He's asking $1,000. That's kind of a fair price. I might actually, I would pay $1,000 for this. I wouldn't lie. All right, next one. Gaming computer, 3500. Unfortunately, he's only got one picture, but damn, look at this thing. Oof. This looks like a full-on studio setup. Like new gaming computer, i9. Oh my, whew, a 9th gen i9. Jeez, 32 gigabytes of Corsair RAM, water-cooled CPU, RAID Max case, RTX 280. Ooh, 2080, I mean, oof, god. 165 hertz monitor, Omen monitor. Oh my god, that's a, oh, he does have two pictures. Okay, that's the monitor. Oof. I wish I had that much money to just throw away into a computer that would be outdated in 10 years. That's pretty nice. So how much is an i9? Okay, about 500 bucks, 600 bucks, something like that. Oof, that's pricey. Alright, now we got this iMac for $110. Used, working, condition, 4 gigabyte RAM, hard drive is 300 gigabyte. Look, who takes a picture like this, okay, and then thinks it's okay to upload it to the internet for everybody to see and be like, huh, that looks like a good Mac. This picture's a little bit better, and this one is, again, a little bit blurry. Looks like he took this with, like, a freaking Nintendo DS or something like that. Yeah, really bad pictures, and, kind of, I suppose it works and it's not in bad shape, but it's just an old iMac for $100. What more can you say? Up next, we got this MacBook. Huh, very familiar looking MacBook, and A1342 for $120. I'm glad these sell for a lot more in my local area than this. Yeah, looks like typical A1342, 120 bucks, not bad. Good working condition, was super fast with SSD and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Shit, I didn't know you could put 8 gigs in these things. Damn, I should put 8 gigs in them, they'd be faster. FYI, keyboard has no normal layout, but has English and foreign letters. Bottom plastic has removed to keep unit... What? Bottom plastic cover was removed to keep unit cool. Okay then. I mean, you probably didn't have to go that far. You could just go to like Five Below or Amazon and buy one of those little laptop cooling pads. Believe it or not, those actually do help. But okay then. Ooh, and up next we got another beautiful, beautiful gaming computer. Look at this, 16 gigs of DDR4. We got an RTX 260, a 240 gig SSD for $1,000, and an i7 8th gen. Look at that, look at those fans. RGB, everything. Oof, look, Shadows, Hackintosh, and PC computers. Ooh, this guy builds Hackintoshes too. That's lit, man. Oof, that's a very, very, very nice computer. Damn. This one I thought I would throw in just for shits and giggles. I'm not really... I think vintage computers are cool, but they're not really practical to buy just because, like, who the fuck is going to pay $600 for this thing, first of all? And second of all, what are you going to do with this thing? Like, I know some people buy vintage computers and they play like old school games, like, you know, like Atari ST, some Commodore 64 computer like that, but like, what are you gonna do with this? It's a 1982 IBM computer Model 2, includes CPU, keyboard, and blah 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 blah. What? What are you gonna do with it? It's cool and all, don't get me wrong, and I'd love to own a vintage computer, but you just can't really do anything with them. They kind of just sit on your desk for you know, display purposes, so everybody can see, wow, you've got one of those old computers still. And yeah, you just kind of say yes and you kind of cry about it behind your eyes. So all right, up next we got a custom built gaming desktop for $195. Custom built gaming desktop. This looks like the first PC that I built, actually. I don't know if I would call this a gaming desktop. And for $195, what does this thing have? Got an Intel i5 25. Okay, second gen i5. 8 gigabytes of DDR3. Okay, could be worse there. 1 terabyte SATA. Definitely upgrade that to an SSD. Don't need that. Graphics card EVGA NVIDIA GeForce GTX 461 gig. Okay, dude, no. You can't put a GPU like this in a computer and then call it a gaming computer. That's not how this works. If it can't run a current game, I don't consider it a gaming computer. It was a gaming computer at one point in time. Don't get me wrong, but what can you really run with this right now? Can you run Fortnite? I freaking doubt it, because I have 2 gigabytes of video memory on my 940M in my Lenovo, and that even is like pushing it to run something like Fortnite or GTA 5, but it can run it. I doubt this can. My Dell with the 4400 GPU can't run Fortnite or GTA 5 for that matter. USB adapter, wireless, 600 megabytes, blah blah blah. It's a lot faster than most people's home internet. PSU 600 watts, probably the most expensive thing in this computer. And then look at the ports. Look at the ports on the back of here. You got these ancient mouse and keyboard ports, which no motherboard has anymore. You got your old VGA here. You got your old DVI here. DVI is still actually a good plug, but I'm not sure if you could run higher than 60 hertz with it. He's at least got some USB 3s back here, but you don't. No, you're not going to use these. You know, that's the thing. No mouse and keyboard uses these anymore, so you're going to end up using 2 of these ports for your mouse and keyboard. So now you only got 4 ports. Got your little GPU down here with 2 DVIs. I think this is an HDMI or probably HDMI. I doubt that's DisplayPort, something like this. But yeah, quote-unquote gaming desktop. Yeah, right, buddy. On to this next laptop, Samsung i3 in perfect condition. I mean, not a terrible looking computer, just looks old, you know. But my whole thing with it is, look at this price tag. He's asking $250 for this. Like, are you kidding me? Are you serious, dude? This is an i3 computer, okay? And it's a Windows 7 computer, meaning it's probably got like a pretty early i3, like probably first, second, or third gen i3. Who in their right mind is going to pay $250 for this? Like, I sold that Toshiba for $75, and that had a newer processor than this. Like, what are you thinking, man? Nobody's going to pay $250 for that piece of shit. Come on, man. At least it's got a Blu-ray drive, actually. That's kind of cool. Oh, yes. This one hits close to home. This one hits very close to home, because I used to own the same type of netbook. This is a netbook, like an 11-inch something Dell Inspiron 1018 Mini, I think. You know, and it was extremely underpowered back then in 2012 when I had it, so I can only assume that it's extremely underpowered now still. You know, you can throw an SSD at it, but that's only going to do so much for a piece of garbage like this, you know. It was a cool little computer. Unfortunately, it wasn't the Dell at the time. It wasn't really the Dell that everybody wanted, because a lot of people were buying the Dell Mini 10Vs and Hackintoshing them because they could run Snow Leopard perfectly fine. This was back in the day when you wanted to install macOS on a laptop, you had to have a specific laptop to run macOS that was generally more compatible. It's not like nowadays where you can kind of get away with everything and spoof all kinds of hardware and stuff. Which brings me on to the last computer, probably the most overpriced of them all. Like, you got a white MacBook 13-inch. Needs new battery, says in the description. But the dead giveaway on this is, look, you got the trackpad with the button here, indicating that it is not an A1342, it's an A1181, I think, which is like a 2005 to 2008 MacBook that has a 32-bit processor and like DDR2 RAM and stuff. But like, you know, I owned one of these and ended up getting rid of it because you just can't really do anything with them. So who in their right mind will pay $300 for this thing that needs a new battery, and it looks like it's in shitty shape too. I'm sorry, like look at how dirty this thing looks. It looks like somebody just used it as toilet paper. I mean, it is white. You could confuse it as toilet paper, but this guy went the extra mile with that. Yeah, don't spend $300 on something like this. I don't even sell my A1342s for this much. So these are all the computers that I have for right now. If you like this video, I might do another one like this in the future. So for now, like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.